Okay, so once it's 5 minutes after, we're just going to commence with the class and still waiting for everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome.
Good evening.
So it is 5 minutes past um, our time. Let's begin. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Good evening, everyone, once again. Hope we had a nice break yesterday. Then a quick recap of I just want to verify what we have learned so far from the Excel MO 200 certification exam curriculum. Let me share my screen. So so we know that we're on the same page, right? So everyone that we're on the same page, right? So can we all see my screen? Hello, can we all see my screen? Hello, can we all see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So, do just a quick recap. Are we familiar with importing data from both text and CSV files? This is one. Are we familiar with that? Are we familiar with this command? Are we familiar with navigating named cells, named ranges, and also not inserting hyperlinks? Are you familiar with that? If there are any questions, please, now is the time of inserting of hyperlinks, modifying page setup, adjusting the height and width of rows and columns, then inserting header and footers, customize quick access toolbars, refresh pane, change window views, setting print areas, uh, on merging of cells, merging and unmerging of cells, um, setting and deleting cells, or using autofill, using the autofill, under paste options, and pasting data by various paste options, wrapping text within a cell, okay, wrapping text within a cell, um, applying cell styles and clearing those cell styles and formats, and then clearing these cell styles and formats as well. Sorry, applying cell styles and format and then clearing cell styles and formats. Don't know if you are familiar with all this. Then giving a name to a range and giving a name to a table. I think we should, I mean, then the last one is spark lines and conditional formatting. So are there any questions from any of these areas so far?
Um, I don't know. Can you go over the range one?
Okay. Okay. Range. Okay. So what else again? Any other questions? What I should look at or go over again? Okay. Since there are no other questions, I guess I'll just comment. So, like we treated in our previous class, we made mention that a selected number of cells, like what I just did now, is referred to as a range. Okay. Now we could give. There are cases where we could give these ranges what they call it, names, so that for easy referral, right? So let's say this whole this whole range, it's not, it looks like it's in a table format, but it's not in a complete table format, right? But what I have just highlighted now is a range of cells. In Excel we call it a range of cells. So when naming this range of cells, there are two ways to do it. We could either go to the name box and give it a name, or we go to formulas tab. On the formulas tab, we go to the name manager and give the name to, okay, we click on new and then give this whole highlighted range, this range of cells, we give it a name, say books and authors, books and authors. Then we click on OK. Okay. Hold on. Click outside. Okay. Because of the and I have to put their head down. Understood. Okay. So,
Is it you should start with the letter or
um, underscore. Underscore.
I think okay.
Yeah. So books and authors. This now has become a named range called books underscore authors. All right. Now, when let's say we're trying to look for, in case in the future we're trying to find this, let's say we can't find this name range. So just for easy,
But do you have a hypoallergenic?
sorry, is there a question anywhere?
Do you have
Sorry, do you have a question? Hello, Dalu. The mic is on. So
Okay,
now,
can I ask you a question, sir?
yes, please go ahead.
Now, instead of using this method, going to the formula bar, can we simply use the name box also to just name
Yeah,
the one I'm familiar with is the name
use
box. You
the name
select,
box.
you
Yeah.
highlight the range of cells, and then you head on to the name box and then
Mm-hmm.
put a name there. Can we also
Yeah.
use that instead of this other method?
Yeah, we can use that too. For to save time, you can also use that too. Like I
Okay.
said before, when I started, that there are two ways to go about this, but the professional way to go about it is going to the name manager, because the name manager contains all the list of tables or ranges that we've given names, as you can see here, and we can decide to create a new one, you get. So, but if you want to save time, like I said, the exam is all about how best you can save your time. So what they call it, so you can just highlight the range and give it a name in the name box. Right now I'm trying to look for our range that we get name book and authors, and I click on enter. Hold on, sorry. Groups, groups, underscore or so. Okay, there it is. So for those who were asking about the giving a name to a range or a range, this is how to go about it. Is that understood? Okay, let me clear this out. Let me delete this. Yes, and let me use the normal. Wait, hold on. No. Okay, close. Let me use the name box to give this a name. So I highlight this. I go to the name box. I give it the same name. Books underscore or so. I click on enter. And then I go to a different sheet and I type books and authors again. Books underscore or so. I click on enter. It brings me back to this place. So either way, you are still fine. So are there any questions again?
No.
Okay, so let's get to the business of today. Day 3, we have creating Excel tables from cell ranges, applying table styles, converting table to cell ranges, then adding or removing table rows and columns, configuring table style options, inserting and configuring total rows, filter records, and then sort data by multiple columns. Okay, and then we'll call it a day. So let's jump right into it. Let's start with creating a table from a range. Now let me give at random. Let me fill this let me fill this. Let me fill this up. Okay. I remember our various paste options that we talked about in the previous class. We have various other space options.
Can I see that your formula you inserted again? What is the function of that formula?
Run between. We're going to get there, don't worry. Run between. I'm trying to randomly give a date to these cells between 1990 to 2000, yeah. So I just did so it just selected at random, right? Now I've copied this and now I want to paste it here with a different paste option. I don't want it to be in formula, so I paste here as value and is in values. Okay, they are no longer in formulas again. So now I want to convert this to a table, this whole place to a table. Okay, this is a range, right? And I want to convert it to a table. There are two ways to do this. We can highlight it. You can go the long way by highlighting everything, then go to insert and then yeah, table and then click on OK and it turns to a table. Or simple, what I just simply do is I click on anywhere within my range where I'm looking at, right? And then I click on Control A to highlight, to highlight it. But okay, this is going too far, so I bring it back here. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, but still, let's go ahead. Control A first, and then Control T. What I do is Control A and Control T. Now it tells me, is this exactly what you want to convert to a table? No, I just want book name, authors, and year of release. So I can adjust this. Sorry. So I can adjust this by bringing it to just here, and it takes this, and I click on OK, and here becomes the table. Okay. Now that this is a table, I could decide to give this table a name, like we did in the previous class, by coming here under table design and giving it the name as instructed. Books, let's say books in capital letter, books. Sorry. Yeah, books. I click on enter and it has saved as books. Now this table is called books. I could also should I say insert total now? Okay, no, there's nothing that I can total from this. Don't worry, we're going to get somewhere where we have to insert total. But we can insert total row. Let's say we're trying to find the sum of all the years, but these are just the years of release, it's not sales. So it doesn't make sense adding the years that they released such. So, but then, aside naming this table, we can also convert this table back to a range by simply coming to tools under the table design tab, going to tools and convert to range. Do you want to convert the table to a normal range? I click on yes, and it has converted back to range. Just that the format of the table format is still there. So I could highlight this, go back to clear this place here, and then clear formats, and then back to square one. Okay, so let's go back to the table. Okay, now we're still on this table. We can also add table styles, various table styles, as instructed in the question. All right, so I want to insert, let's say we come to under the table design tab. Still here we have table styles around here. So I open this and I want to explore the varieties of table styles. Now they are subdivided into three categories. There's the light, there's the medium, and then there's the dark. So if they ask you put table style something something medium, something something medium something, you just go straight to this. For medium, you just know that it's somewhere around here, and then if it is dark, you know that it's somewhere around here. Then lights, the same thing. So let's say a question says we should use this table style medium 20, right? We have table style medium 13, medium 6, medium 27. I'm not saying that you should I say cram where all these things are, but just know, so that so I can save time when they just ask you table style medium, table style this medium 20 or something, you just go straight there and just click on it. So for this table, let us use table style medium 20 for example. Now we are using table style medium 20. Okay, now this same table, okay, let me go to a different table. We're going to come back to this. I want to go to a different table, and I want to, okay, hold on, let's get rid of all these formats. Let's get rid of all these formats, clear formats. Okay, so I want to convert this to a table, and then say food items, food items, right? And this is prices, prices, prices. Okay, then Control A, Control C. Is it within the highlighted range I want it? Yes. So I click on OK and it creates the table for me. All right. Now I want to remove. Let me remove this. Let me remove. Delete this column. Delete this row. Yeah. And I want to insert a total row. Okay. Simple. On the table design tab, we have table style options. Under table style options, we have total row. And I can click on this and it brings the total row here. Now, if the question says create create from cell so and so to cell so and so, convert to a table and give it the total and also insert the total row. Don't make the mistake of, for example, now here is in this is the list of items, this is the price, we've converted it to a table. Don't make the mistake of doing this total and you now use a formula to try and find. No, that is not what they are asking you to do, because at the end of the day, you'll be marked wrongly. Okay, you'll be marked wrongly. So if they are asking you to insert a total to the table or whatever, just go to table design, click on the table, go to table design tab, and then come to table style and then insert total row, and we have your total like this. Okay, now moving out of that, I can also decide to do something else to my table. I can decide to filter something. Okay, let's say I don't want starch foods in my food items. Let's say we're scrapping that out from our list. So starch food items here are there are Indomie, spaghetti. I think that's this. So I want to remove Indomie and spaghetti now. I can come here to this arrow down sign here. I click on it, and what do I want to filter? It is called it is called filter in Excel. So we want to get rid of such items, right? So we filter them out. I don't want to filter. I don't want to filter everything. No, not select all. I did select all first, and then I select the ones that I want to filter, which is Indomie and spaghetti. So where is spaghetti? Where is spaghetti? And I click on OK. When I click OK, no, sorry, select all, and then I deselect Indomie and then spaghetti, so I can get rid of Indomie and spaghetti. Sorry, Indomie and spaghetti, and I click on OK. Now, if the Indomie's price and list, and then the same thing with spaghetti as well, they are all gone, and then you see the total has changed, right? Now, another thing that could also come up is um, sort. Let's say in a table they're asking you to sort by what? Is it there? Do you want to sort by color? Do you want to sort from Z to A, or sort from alphabetical order from like A to Z and whatever? So I could do that. I could press here and that sorted it for me. If I don't want, if the question says sort by price and then food items, what I'm going to simply do is first I clear this out, right? Everything is back to normal, and then I sort first by price. Okay, hold on. I sort first by price. Here is price. I want to sort it. Let's say they say sort from the smallest price to the largest price. So here is it from smallest to largest, and then sort by food items from in alphabetical order like this, and then we're back to normal. Now, they may not ask you to do both, but just in case they ask you to sort by this, then sort by that, you know what to do. Then, what else could they ask you? Okay, going back to our previous table. Going back to our previous table. let's say they want you to filter only those that were only books that were released in the 90s, right? In the 90s. Don't put any book that was released in the 20th, sorry, in the 19th century or in the, how do they number it? Or in the 17th century. So, since that is our question, filter only books that were released in the 19th in the 90s, say 1990 and to 2000 thereabout. First, what I want to do is I'm going to go to the release year, because the question is looking at those books that were released within the 90s. I'm going to go to the release year, and I want to sort and I want to filter out those ones that were not right, that were not released in the 90s. 1881 wasn't, which is one that we're looking at as well. And then what else again? 2012, no. 2015, no. 2016, no. So we get rid of those ones. And if there's any other one, we look carefully and then, okay, there's no other one again. Everything selected is in the 90s. And we click on okay. Now, these are the books that were released in the 90s. And now they now said arrange or sort. Okay, and they will not ask that, so they will like be arrange the books in alphabetical order, but yeah, the books that are in alphabetical order. So we'll come here the same way, and I go to sort. I click on sort, and then it sorts it by alpha in an alphabetical order from A to Z. So from the first book, which starts with A and goes down like that. That could be a kind of question that they could bring out. Another type of question that they could ask in this regard that we're treating now is, now that we have this, right? Say they want you to filter some authors and their books, or should I say, yeah, some authors and their books. They want to filter some authors and their books. So you can go to authors, do the same thing, go to authors, go to the filter area, whatever they ask you to filter, you click on it, and then you remove it and you click on OK. And now that is that. Now let's take, for example, they now also want you to convert what we have here right now into a range back again. Simple. On the table design tab again, we have under tools convert to range, and I can convert this to range. It says, do you want to convert this table to a normal range? I say yes, and it is back to a normal range. Only that the format may still be there and everything, so I can decide to also clear the format. Let me highlight this and then clear the format, so that it doesn't confuse us. And yeah, it's back to normal. Let me Control Z, yeah. Now, the final thing I will want to be talking about under this whole subcategory is dealing with sort and filter with range, right? With range. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this. Okay. Let me go to this. Let me get the playlist back. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I'll do the same thing. Okay. Now that we have the range back again, okay, and they didn't ask you to change to convert to a table, but they say you should sort from cell A5 to cell C22. Sort the data, the above data um by book book name in alphabet, by author name in alphabetical order. Now that I've highlighted this data set, what I'm going to go to do is, on the home tab we have editing. Under editing we have the sort and filter, and I click on this sort and filter, right? I click on the sort and filter, and okay, no, I click on where I was asked to sort, which is the author, sort by authors in alphabetical order. Click on sort and filter, and I click on sort by alphabetical order. And yeah, okay, yes, it has sorted everything here in alphabetical order. Okay, let me insert. And another way to also do this is I come here and I go to custom sort. Okay, go to custom sort. What am I sorting by? I'm sorting first by authors, right? And whatever that comes next as instructed in the question. So on this level, I want to sort by authors, yes, A to Z, yes. Then you can add another level if they've asked you to also sort by years or sort by release years or book name or whatever. You can come here and add a level. So sort by authors and then sort by what? Sort by release years. Release years from smallest to largest, no, from largest to smallest, and then I click on OK. As you can see, it has sorted it like that. So do I take it? Okay. Someone said I should go over it again. So Ctrl Z. Now the question says, let's say the question says that we should sort the range of data first by authors in an alphabetical order from A to Z, and by release years from the highest year to the lowest year. Okay, so now that we are here, there are two ways to do it. You could either highlight every column and do it one by one by going here and do sort or whatever, and then highlight this one also, or you could just highlight everything, right, and go to under the home tab editing, then go to sort and filter, then go to custom sort. Under custom sort we have what we're sorting by what first? Authors, and we're sorting these authors in an alphabetical order. Then the next thing we're going to sort by is by the years, from the largest year to the smallest year. Release years from the largest year to the smallest year, and I click on OK. Now it has sorted everything by the way it was instructed in the question. So hold on. Regardless, but as long as what Excel will pick, right, is okay. The reason why you can see some of the years 1995 coming first, 1985 coming first, because we've already instructed Excel to sort first by authors. So regardless of whatever year it was produced, as long as the first author's name is the first alphabet, then the next alphabet, like that, because it is sorting. If I change the arrangements now, let's go to custom sort now. Let's go back to custom sort, and I change it to release year first. Let release year come first, and then let author come second. It does not. It will first recognize release years first and arrange them in the highest to the lowest before it begins to start looking at arranging the authors from A to Z. Same thing applies to what I just did right now. I arranged it from authors first, sorted by authors, and then release year. But some of the years seem to have 1999 is not greater than 2016. So but what Excel is taking into consideration is the authors first before the release years. So whatever it's doing is going to arrange authors first in alphabetical order before arranging the release years in from the biggest to the smallest. So aside that, I don't think there are any other things that they'll be asking aside that. So what else have we not treated from all that we've discussed. We talked on filter records, um, sort data by multiple columns. We treated that. Add or remove table rows or columns. Okay, we've not treated that. Insert and configure total row. Okay, we've done that. Configure table style options. We've done that. Applying table style, converting table back to English. We've done that. So let's treat add or remove table rows or columns. I mean that one should be a work in the park actually. So let's get this to a table. Control A and Control T. No, don't want it here. I want it here. Just want it here. And click on OK and convert it to A. So now to insert a table row. I want to insert a table row, a table column. Simply I could just do this, then insert, then we will do this, or I could do this, insert, whatever that suits you. Okay, and then whatever heading they ask you to put, you can put whatever heading they ask you to put, quantity or whatever, quantity, whatever that you have. Then 20, yes, it fills everything up. So, so yes, that is that. So I think we are done for all we have to treat today. So before we're going to be looking at the formulas and charts before we can call it a day for our Excel class. So is there any question from what I have done in today's class? Any question, any comments, anything at all?
No question from me.
Okay. Charles, any question? Sarah, any question? Dalu, any question?
No question from me.
Okay. Charles and Sarah, any questions? Anything I need to go over again? Okay, no questions. Okay. So for tomorrow's class, since there are no questions, what I'm going to do from tomorrow's class is going to be quite, should I say, practical-ish. So we may likely have an additional day aside Saturday for what they call it, class practice. Okay. So now that we have treated up to day 3, so tomorrow, before we comment anything for tomorrow, I'm going to have already prepared questions so that we could practice all that we've learned, and I can get feedback from you guys if you guys are actually following. So for tomorrow's class, we're going to start early. We're going to start by 2 p.m. Tomorrow's class is going to be by 2 p.m. and we're going to I'm going to be tasking you guys first before I complete the remaining part of the syllabus. So with that, are there any comments or anything you would like to ask me? Is 2 p.m. favorable for everyone on Saturday?
4 p.m.
Hello, is 2 p.m. favorable for everybody on Saturday?
4 p.m.
Hello.
It's favorite for me. It's okay for me.
Okay, so 2 p.m. in America is so there's 6, 7, 8. It's 8 a.m. Charles, it's 8
Somebody's
a.m.
saying not favorable, that 2 p.m. is not okay for him.
Okay. Charles, it's 8 a.m. favorable for you.
Yes.
8 a.m. is favorable. Okay, Daru, 2 p.m. is not favorable for you. What time? Is 3 favorable?
Yes, 3 will be better.
So Charles, is 9 a.m. favorable for you?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. But
Okay.
how long will the class be? Because I've something scheduled at 11.
So the class is going to be in 2 batches, right? There's going to be the practice session, right? The practice session, I want it to be an hour. Then we'll use the next 1 hour. That would be like from 3 to 4 and then 4 to 5. 4 to 5 meaning 10 your time. That's 10 to 11 would be for completing the syllabus. That's if time will permit us. But the practice question, it now depends on you guys if you are fast enough to treat these questions as I've taught you guys, right? It now depends on you guys. It falls back on you guys now. If you guys are fast enough to finish within time, if not, we can complete the remaining part of the class on Monday. But for tomorrow's class, it's just solely practice question. Practice question. That's the first thing we're going to treat. And if there's no time, we may just have to move the other class to Monday. Okay? Alright. I guess that's that. So sorry, 3 to 4 tomorrow, and then 9 to 10 for Charles. Charles, 9 to 10. That, that's okay. All right. So please let's take note and try and be punctual. Let's try and be
So
punctual
what's
so
the
that
agreed time? 3 to 4?
yeah, 3 to 4 p.m. But Charles is outside the country, so he's from his time.
I
It is
understand. Understand.
9 a.m. Yeah. So
So we're starting 3 p.m.
yeah, 3 p.m. 3 p.m. 3
Okay.
to yeah.
Thank you.
So with that, I think I'll call it a day. Mr. Albert, over to you. Any comments from you, sir? Hello, Mr. Albert. Any comments from you, sir?
I want to ask everybody to send me feedback about how you feel about the classes. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. With that, I'll call it a day. Thank you for coming and do have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.